Have you ever stepped into your backyard, ready to relax with a cup of coffee, only to notice your neighbor staring right back at you over the fence? Yeah, it feels awkward, doesn't it? Most of us dream of having a private backyard, somewhere peaceful, where we don't feel like we're on display every time we step outside. Now imagine this. Instead of staring at your neighbor's window, you're surrounded by a living, lush green wall that blocks the view, gives you shade, and even boosts the beauty of your home. Well, that's exactly what we're creating today. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 incredible trees that can transform your backyard into a private sanctuary. And trust me, you'll want to stick around because tree number 5, it grows so ridiculously fast, you'll think it's on steroids. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel. Here we make gardening simple, practical, and fun. Today we're going over 5 of the best trees for backyard privacy. You'll learn how fast they grow, how much care they need, and which climates they thrive in. But I want to hear from you too. What's your dream backyard vibe? Tell me in the comments. And hey, before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the bell for weekly garden tips. Stick around until the end because I'll compare all 5 side by side and share my personal favorite. All right, let's start with one of the most popular privacy trees out there, the Arborvitae. Now, if you've ever driven through a suburban neighborhood and seen those tall green walls lining people's yards, that's Arborvitae. They're loved because they're evergreen, meaning they stay green all year long, and they grow in this beautiful, narrow, upright shape that makes them perfect for tight spaces. So why do people choose Arborvitae for privacy? Simple, they're nature's fence. Instead of building a big wooden barrier that can look harsh or block out light, Arborvitae gives you a living wall of soft greenery. It's cleaner, more inviting, and, let's be honest, much prettier. When it comes to climate, Arborvitae are super versatile. They thrive in most U.S. zones, from chilly northern states to warmer regions, as long as you don't live in extreme desert heat. They like well-drained soil, full sun to partial shade, and once they're established, they're pretty forgiving.
Now, about care, this is what I love about Arborvitae. They don't ask for much. Regular watering while they're young, and then just moderate watering once they're established. A little trimming now and then if you want to shape them up, but otherwise, they'll naturally grow into that tall, dense wall you're looking for. And here's a bonus. Arborvitae don't just give you privacy, they also work as a windbreaker. So if your backyard gets blasted by wind in the winter, these trees can help protect your space and even make your yard a little warmer and more comfortable. Imagine this. Instead of hearing every gust of wind or seeing straight into your neighbor's yard, you're standing in front of a lush green wall that's both practical and beautiful. Now let me ask you, would you rather have a traditional wooden fence or a living, breathing green fence made of Arborvitae? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Next up, let's talk about a true giant in the world of privacy trees, the Leyland Cypress. If Arborvitae are the steady, reliable choice, then Leyland Cypress is the speedster. These trees are famous for how fast they grow. And I'm not talking about a few inches a year. Leyland Cypress can grow up to 3 to 4 feet every single year when conditions are right. That means in just a few short seasons, you can have a towering, dense green wall that completely transforms your backyard. Now let's break down why they're so popular. First, they're evergreen, so you get that year-round privacy, just like Arborvitae. Second, they grow incredibly tall, sometimes up to 50, 60, even 70 feet if you let them. And third, they're thick. Once these trees mature, they form such a solid barrier that it's like nature's version of blackout curtains. But here's the key. Because Leyland Cypress grows so quickly, you do need to plan ahead. These trees need space to spread. They can get wide, so you don't want to cram them right up against your fence or too close together, or they'll end up competing for sunlight and nutrients. A good rule of thumb is to give each tree at least 6 to 10 feet of space. When it comes to care, they're pretty low maintenance once established. Just give them regular watering in the first year, and after that, they can handle drought better than you'd expect. Pruning isn't mandatory, but if you want a clean, manicured look, trimming once or twice a year will keep them neat and manageable. And here's a little bonus. Because they grow so tall and fast, they also add property value. Homeowners love the instant privacy, and let's be honest, they make any backyard look more luxurious. Imagine this. Instead of staring at your neighbor's second-story window, you've got a lush green wall that's taller than your house. Now that's instant peace of mind.
All right, tree number 3 is actually not a tree at all. It's clumping bamboo. And before you panic, no, I'm not talking about the invasive running bamboo that takes over your whole yard. I'm talking about the clumping variety, the kind that grows in neat, tight clusters, stays in control, and gives your backyard an incredible tropical vibe. Why is clumping bamboo amazing for privacy? Well, first off, it grows fast. In the right conditions, you can see noticeable growth in just a single season. Within a couple of years, you'll have a tall, leafy green wall that looks like something out of a Zen garden. And here's what makes bamboo so unique. It doesn't just block the view, it creates an experience. When the wind blows through, you get that soft rustling sound that instantly makes your backyard feel calm and peaceful, like you've been transported to a spa retreat. Now, bamboo thrives best in warmer climates, although some varieties can handle cooler zones too. It loves full sun but can tolerate partial shade, and as long as you give it well-drained soil and regular watering, it will reward you with lush growth. In terms of care, clumping bamboo is surprisingly easy. Unlike running bamboo, it stays where you plant it, so you don't have to worry about it creeping under fences or invading your neighbor's yard. Just give it room to spread naturally in a small circle, and it'll do its thing. Here's the bonus. Bamboo isn't just for privacy, it's also a design statement. If you want your backyard to stand out, clumping bamboo gives you a modern, exotic look that you just don't get with traditional hedges or trees. You can even combine it with stone pathways, water features, or minimalist furniture for that ultimate resort-style feel. Picture yourself stepping into your backyard after a long day. Instead of noise and distractions, you're surrounded by tall, graceful bamboo, swaying gently in the breeze. That's not just privacy, that's tranquility. Coming in at number 4 is a classic beauty that does double duty for privacy and charm, the holly tree. Now, most of us think of holly as a holiday plant with bright red berries and glossy green leaves, but what many people don't realize is that holly trees, especially the evergreen varieties, make fantastic privacy screens. Their dense foliage grows thick and tall, forming a solid barrier that's hard to see through. Why does holly work so well? Simple. It's evergreen, which means year-round coverage. Even in the middle of winter, when most other trees are bare, holly stays full and green. Plus, those iconic red berries, they're not just festive, they attract birds and wildlife, bringing more life into your backyard. In terms of climate, holly is pretty versatile. It thrives in a wide range of zones, tolerates different soil types, and can handle full sun or partial shade. And they don't need constant attention either. Once established, holly is low maintenance. A little pruning here and there to shape it, and you're good to go. But here's the bonus. Holly isn't just functional, it's also decorative. Imagine your backyard lined with deep green leaves and pops of red berries in the winter. It's like nature decorated your space for the holidays. So not only are you gaining privacy, but you're also adding seasonal color, inviting songbirds, and boosting curb appeal. That's a win all the way around. Now I'm curious, who else loves the idea of planting trees that double as festive decor? If that's you, drop a tree emoji in the comments. All right, let's talk about tree number 5. And honestly, this one is the speed demon of privacy trees, the hybrid poplar. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to wait years for results, this tree is for you. Hybrid poplars are known as one of the fastest growing trees in the world. We're talking up to 8 feet of growth per year under the right conditions. That means in just a couple of seasons, you can have a massive wall of green towering over your backyard. Why does it work so well for privacy? Well, first, the sheer height. These trees can reach 40 to 50 feet in just a couple of years. Second, the broad leaves create dense coverage, so you're not just getting a tall screen, you're getting shade and shelter too. Hybrid poplars thrive in a wide variety of climates and soils. They love full sun and do best in areas where they can spread their roots freely. But here's the catch. You should know these trees don't live as long as some of the others we've covered. They typically last 20 to 30 years, so they're not the forever tree. But if you need instant privacy fast, they're unbeatable. And here's another perk. They can also help cut down on your energy bills. Because they grow so tall and broad, planting them strategically near your home can provide shade and natural cooling during the hot summer months. Picture this. You step into your yard just a couple of years after planting, and instead of an open, exposed space, you've got a lush green fortress taller than your house. That's the power of the hybrid poplar. All right, we've covered all 5 trees, but now let's compare them side by side so you can figure out which one is right for your backyard. If you want the classic, reliable choice, go with the Arborvitae. It's narrow, it's evergreen, and it fits almost anywhere. If you need fast results with towering height, the Leyland Cypress is your tree. Just make sure you give it enough space to grow. For a more unique, exotic look, you can't beat clumping bamboo. It's bold, it's beautiful, and it adds that spa-like vibe. If you want privacy with seasonal beauty, the holly tree is a winner. Year-round green plus festive red berries, what's not to love? And finally, if you want instant gratification, the hybrid poplar grows so fast it feels like you planted a forest overnight.
Now, here's a little insider tip. You don't always have to stick with just one tree. Some of the best privacy screens come from layering different types together. For example, you can plant Arborvitae as your main wall and then add holly in front for that pop of color. Or combine bamboo with a few hybrid poplars if you want both style and height. A couple of quick planting tips before we move on. Spacing is key. Give your trees enough room so they can breathe and grow without competing. Timing matters. Fall or early spring is usually the best time to plant, when the weather is cooler and roots can establish before summer heat kicks in. And don't forget companion plants. Shrubs or climbing vines can fill in gaps and make your privacy wall look even more natural. So let me ask, if you could design your perfect privacy wall, would you go with one tree for a clean, uniform look, or would you mix and match for something layered and creative? Tell me in the comments. I can't wait to hear your ideas. All right, let's do a quick recap of the 5 best trees for instant backyard privacy. Arborvitae, the reliable, narrow evergreen that fits almost anywhere. Leyland Cypress, the fast-growing giant for tall, lush walls of green. Clumping bamboo, exotic, stylish, and perfect for that tropical vibe. Holly tree, evergreen privacy with festive berries and wildlife appeal. And hybrid poplar, the speed demon that gives you privacy in record time. Each one has its strengths, and the best choice really comes down to your climate, your style, and how fast you want results. Now, I promised you my personal favorite, and here it is. If I could only plant one tree for instant backyard privacy, I'd go with the Arborvitae. It's reliable, evergreen year-round, and it just works in so many different spaces. But hey, that's just me. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these trees would you plant first? Drop your answer down in the comments. I read every single one, and I can't wait to see what you choose. Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss my weekly gardening tips and backyard design ideas. And if this video helped you, please give it a like. It really helps this channel grow and reach more people like you. And one last thing, if you want to take your backyard privacy to the next level, check out this video right here on fast-growing shrubs that pair perfectly with these trees. Click it now, and I'll see you there.